Thanks for tuning into Know Wine in No Time. I'm your host Dave, and today we're going to virtually go to the very picturesque vineyards of Merciac, France. So Merciac is located in southwest France, but it's located in an area that actually makes it the easternmost appellation in southwest France. So when it's positioned in the easternmost quadrant of southwest France, it does not benefit from an Atlantic climate or a Mediterranean climate, but rather a continental climate. So that makes it a bit more stable, but also a little bit more reactive to fronts that come through the central part of France. In this area, all of the vineyards are terraced, which creates a beautiful backdrop for a vineyard. They're terraced anywhere between 980 feet above sea level all the way up to almost 2,000 feet above sea level. And it's located equally between the Tarn and the Lot rivers in southwest France. Now the soil here is quite unique. It's actually called Les Rogères, which actually means iron-rich soil, and it gets that name because of its reddish color. So when it's freshly tilled, it looks very, very red, but the grapes that grow here benefit from that iron-rich component in the soil itself. Now when we look at Merciac, one grape that is vitally important to Merciac is a grape called Monsois. Monsois also has a synonym that you might also see called Fer Servadou. So whether it's Monsois or Fer Servadou, this is a grape that really thrives in this particular area. Now, but it's not native to that area. It actually comes from the Basque Country in Spain. But in France, this is the epicenter for this wine. And this particular Merciac wine must, by law, have a minimum of 90% Monsois or Fer Servadou. So what does this grape hold for us when it's in a wine bottle or in our wine glass? Well, Monsois actually is a very mid to late ripening grape, which means it's going to suck up a lot of the sunshine that the beautiful part of southwest France has during those summer months. Because of that, it will build up tannins, acid, and sugar content to create a very, very balanced wine. Now, a Monsois can be fermented to kind of nudge it one way or another. What I mean by that is we have some Monsois Fer Servadou wines that can be a little bit on the heavy side, and we have some that are a little bit lighter in style. I always say look at the back of your wine bottle to get an idea whether we have a heavier style or lighter style. So if we look at higher alcohol content, that means we started with a lot more sugar to begin with, and we fermented that away to be very dry. If the alcohol content is lower, then the wine is going to be lighter in style. The reason why I say that is Merciac wines are famous for actually being able to be served slightly chilled, so they go a little bit with lighter type of foods. So let's dive into one. The one we have today is from a vintner by the name of Lionel Osman, and this is a Merciac Monsois from 2016. And the whole time I've been doing this video, the aromas have been wafting out of the glass, kind of tempting me to take a taste. But let's go ahead and look at it first and see what it tells us. So the first thing we see is that the wine itself is garnet in color. It's semi-transparent, so it's not completely opaque. So this gives us an idea that this might be a lighter expression of Monsois. If I swirl it to liberate the aromas, which it really didn't need much of a nudge in that area, what comes out of the glass is really almost like a rhubarb or a tart strawberry type aroma with a little bit of grilled meat and just a slight bit of mint. So are you intrigued? I certainly am. Let's go ahead and give this wine a taste. When this wine rolls across the palate, we're greeted by really bright red fruits. Think everything from cranberry to strawberry to a little bit of raspberry. It has just a very slight bit of fruity sweetness, but the wine itself is extremely dry. On the mid-palate, we start to taste some of the minerality from the Les Rogères, some of that red, iron-rich soil. We can actually almost taste a little bit of that iron in the wine itself. And on the backside, the tannins are actually quite firm and really grip us for a longer, smoother finish. So, if you have never had a Merciac wine, I would suggest you go ahead and seek one out at your local wine store. They're made from a grape called Monsois or Fer Servadou that's native to that part of southwest France. Always look at the alcohol content because that will give you an idea whether it's a lighter style Monsois or a heavier style Monsois. So that's all the time we have for today. I'm going to ask that you tune in next time because soon you'll know wine in no time.